Sending out the tweet now. Now sending out the tweet. Did you get a notification, Dalton, or?
I did, yes.
Okay.
So notifications that everything seems to be working as normal, yay.
Yeah, so yeah, testing stream. Hopefully some people come in so they can verify our stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank God for StreamYard.
Yes. And also Google stroke YouTube. Guys, you realize that by getting rid of Hangouts, you basically nerfed your own markets, right? Because yeah, your market share has now been absorbed by other people because you were transcendently incompetent simpletons about the whole thing. I know you like to think that you own literally the world, Google, but
That's
alas,
Disney.
entrepreneurship is still a thing, and people will rise to fill a void if you entrepreneurship is still a thing, and people will rise. Why?
Sorry, I was checking the stream, see if I was coming up.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, the whole thing you did where you punched a hole right in the center of this whole streaming market, Google stroke YouTube, really just emboldened your competitors and people who want to get one over on you. So thanks for that, but I don't think it had the intended or I don't think it had the outcome you intended exactly.
Okay, so I am coming through clearly. I was worried about that for myself. I knew you'd come out pretty clear, Dalton.
Yeah.
So that's good. Actually, I'm gonna check chat. Should probably mute my phone while I watch the stream to see if I can just see how this new thing works for the comments section. How do you spell shalom?
Shalom?
Yeah.
I believe it's SHLOME.
Are you sure there's not an A in there?
Maybe I don't know.
I'm just gonna, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna write hello. See if it pops up. And it does. That's cool. Okay. Honestly, this is a lot better than Google Hangouts. I mean, it was fine. I just think we have a little more stuff to work with.
Yeah,
With
the
this.
only hiccup so far is that when your camera's off, you can't change your icon to your personal icon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll work on that.
Yeah, but like they said, this is the beta version, so as a early adopting consumer, StreamYard, that would be my one complaint for the time being. Make it so that you can change the icon when your camera is off.
Yeah, I have to agree. That's pretty much my only complaint too.
Of course, we haven't seen how it reacts to doing like a video response or
right.
Or
okay. So I have that plus a little plug too. I wanted to talk about it during the podcast and stuff, and I forgot to talk about it a little bit. But this okay. Well, first off, I'm sure you guys know everyone here who would watch this and know of it. Everyone knows what Power Rangers is. Everyone knows who Bat in the Sun is, correct?
Yeah.
Well, they're teaming up with Jason David Frank, Johnny Young Bosch, and a couple of other alumni of Power Rangers actors to make a kind of gritty version. Not exact. not exactly gritty, but something along the lines of a more mature version of Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
And to be quite frank, I didn't like that R-rated Power Rangers short film.
See, I did like the Power Rangers short film. I thought it was really good, so I didn't I didn't have any problems with it.
Okay, so my problems with it were it was more of it's just I didn't feel like it was Power Rangers, to be honest. And
Well,
by
I
that,
mean,
but by that, by that, by
it's
that, I
not
mean
supposed to be Power Rangers as we typically understand it. It's
I'm
supposed to
aware.
be
No, I'm
what
aware of that. I
really happened, air quote. Yeah.
right. I'm aware of that. I'm just saying like it felt like it lacked something. Not exactly heart, but it felt like it lacked something.
Well, to be fair, they only had a few minutes to catch people, and also they were it was a fan film. So I,
Yeah,
on the metric of it's a fan film, and you have I don't even remember how many minutes um to latch people on. I thought it was extremely successful, and as like a like um spec spec concept, I could see I could see this being made into an interesting show or movie or whatever.
yeah. But and I'm sure again we all know who Bat and the Sun is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys who made Superpower Beatdown. Really cool dudes. And I admit my favorite beatdown was Casey Jones versus Kick Ass. Or because I'm a Casey Jones guy.
So anyway, why are you shilling them and their
Because they are well, they're trying to make a movie based around Power Rangers and stuff, but like a different concept. Let me. Yeah, Legend of the White Dragon. Uh, this is like the little Kickstarter they're doing, and well, I'm showing it because I want to see this happen, and I'm sure if you guys see the trailer of it, you'll want to see it happen too.
Alrighty, so
Right.
play the thing.
Right. Okay. Give me a. Well. Okay. So this is gonna be our little test to see if videos can still run on here without me like unplugging my
Headphones.
headphones. Yeah. Because we did that with Hangouts before, and I had to keep them unplugged so we could watch videos and stuff. All right. So let's try this.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any audio, but it's not coming through.
Yeah. It's coming through my headphones. It's just not coming through uh this. I assume. Okay. So let me a second while I work something out. Uh. Let me see. Uh, okay.
South exit. I'll cut him off. Copy that.
Okay, yeah, that I heard.
Target is heading for the south exit. I'll cut him off. Copy that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So that's like the first 20 seconds
Yes.
of it.
So as per usual, banana, and then moving on.
I mean, do you want to? Is there anything to discuss there, or?
And no, I didn't really get much context out of that. Anyway, click.
That's it. Easy. Don't move. Cover me.
Already on it.
Keep those hands right there.
Is any context there, or still need to keep going?
Just keep going.
Well, for one thing, I want to say that I do like a lot of the how it looks. It's like how it's how it like the style of it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Whose side are you on? Why are you running?
That reminds me more of a Star Wars fight scene than it does a Power Rangers fight scene. I'm missing a lot of the Rangers lore as well. It seems like this is a homage more than it is a straight up like fan project, and that kind of annoys me.
How so?
Because when you told me this was you mentioned Power Rangers and you mentioned all these actors, I assumed they would be coming back to play an alternate version of their characters from the show, and this would take place in the context of Power Rangers with all the lore and stuff intact.
Well, the thing is, though, you have to remember is that Power Rangers is owned by a company, and I think the story they've wanted to tell, and they say it too in their pitch after this trailer, is that they don't want to be restricted or anything, which I respect.
All right, but still, I'm a lore person and I need lore to grab onto, and I'm not being presented with any in this trailer, so or at least not yet. Maybe
You are
the
very picky, Don. Like, no offense, but you are very picky.
someone has to have standards, damn it.
I'm writing a story that is homaging Power Rangers. I just go in a very different direction of it. I've written a few ideas down for Power Rangers and stuff.
I actually didn't mind the 2017 movie, except for the fact that it spent about half its runtime being a Breakfast Club remake and only about a third of its time actually Power Rangering.
Yeah, I have to agree to that. Is that I feel like it didn't know what it wanted to be.
I think it did know what it wanted to be. It's just it devoted a little bit too much time to the let's give them sympathetic origins portion of the program and not enough to the let's actually get to some Power Rangering now portion
Okay,
of the program.
I both agree and disagree with that. Just again, character guy here, so I'm big on the whole characters. I feel like they didn't develop enough of the characters. Mainly, Zach and Trini. Those two characters weren't as
The designs were interesting and everything, and like my main complaint is that Rita looks too much like Divatox, like a green version of Divatox instead of
Holy shit! I
herself.
never noticed that before. Huh?
Which I suppose works for the lore, because then when you eventually get around to introducing Divatox, which I think they should do,
Oh, they're completely rebooting the series now for movies.
well, yeah, but if they had gotten a sequel, I mean, what I would have had done is have Rita and Zed be the villain of the second one, then have Divatox be the villain of the third one, and then you can go right down the old line. I mean, it's not like Power Rangers is a mythos that's short on arcs or villains to fight.
That's true. And again, I wrote a few ideas down. Mainly, I like to play around with the mythos and stuff.
Yeah, though I do think it would be a good idea to stick with a version of the original cast, because as much as I like some of the post Zordon era, or rather not post Zordon, but post original set seasons, like I came in around Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder.
Same.
So there's that. But in terms of like plots and world building and stuff, it really took a header after the original set aged out. One wonders what they would have done with Justin.
Justin.
Blue Turbo Ranger, little kid.
Oh, okay. To be honest, I didn't dislike Turbo a lot. I like was
My main issue was it was very obviously trying to be the Power Rangers equivalent of like 90s Edge, and also I think Linkara is the first person I heard make this point, but it's been a point that I've been wanting to hear made for a while. Why the fuck did they stop using the Zeo crystals? There's no adequately explained reason they ever stopped using the Zeo crystals. Because the Zeo crystals are supposed to increase in power the more you use them, and they just stop using them somehow. I actually have a theory, or kind of an arc idea for why they stopped using the Zeo crystals. My standing theory / arc for why they stopped using the Zeo crystals would be because Zordon knew the Zeo crystals became increasingly more powerful. He decided to stow them away, and save them for a time when there are no other Power Rangers. So, like in a post-apocalyptic era where there's no other power sources.
so RPM should have had the Zeo crystals.
Well, not necessarily, because RPM was an alternate universe, and also RPM was very stupid with the fucking like. Okay, of all of the usual like Power Rangers plot archetypes, Cars is the least interesting. Stop using cars.
I don't mind them.
I don't mind them necessarily, but of the usual themes that the usual aesthetics that Power Rangers plays with, Cars is like, okay, you have Zords that are dinosaurs. You have Zords that are animal. You have Zords that are mythical creatures. And then you just have random cars. Like, am I crazy? Am I the only one thinking?
What?
Of all the
Don?
things you could make the Zords and the themes of the powers, cars. Okay.
Don, I don't really think you should be asking if you're crazy.
Well, I know I'm crazy, but is my crazy affecting me in this instance? I guess is the appropriate question.
Well, it all depends on the design of the Zords, I think.
Well, that was one of my biggest issues with the Zords in the movie. They made them too mechanical and vehicle looking.
Well, they also
And
look too alien.
I don't think
Well,
so.
no,
I think
here's the thing:
maybe
if they were modeled after creatures of, prehistoric Earth, then it would make more sense that they would look more like those things instead of more alien creatures.
well, but also keep in mind that Zordon and Rita and the rest are aliens, so it'd be like if someone sent us to another planet and had us study some animals on that planet and then design something based on how we think that animal looks and operates.
Okay, I will grant you that. So, back to this.
Yeah.
What are you hiding? Why won't you join the fight? I lost everything! They've taken everything from me!
That acting. Oh no. He's very, very cheese. They've taken everything from me. Clearly you went to the Michael Shannon school of shouting emotional exposition.
I think it's fine.
It's coming off as very B movie to me, but maybe it's just me.
That's exactly what Power Rangers are, though.
Yeah, but they said they wanted to do a more sleek and mature version of it. So I
Okay.
assume that would mean
To be fair, I'm the one who said that. I'm more or less paraphrasing from it. I haven't checked out this full Kickstarter myself,
mhm.
so we'll go through
It
this.
just it, if you want the more like sleek and professional looking aesthetic, you've got to kind of up the acting game accordingly. And even then, the thing that people most remember from the Mighty Morphin era is the Green Ranger arc, which is when they got into more complex storytelling. Even by Power Ranger standards, that was a little bit cheesy and low budget looking, so or low budget seeming. So
This
I,
okay again. This is made by an independent company with with money pulled out of their own pockets.
right, but they have the original actors. So my question is, why can't they
You are
give
very
a?
nitpicky when it comes to this, aren't you?
I'm very nitpicky about all the things I care about.
Well, I do respect that, and I'm just, I'm willing to give this a shot. It just seems like you're kind of not.
I'm willing to give it a shot, but I have issues. And I'm going to voice my issues because to some degree, at least on here, that's my job.
But my thing is I'm willing to. I would wait until the full finished product is out because this is a teaser, so not everything is as
Right, but
polished.
okay, but think of it in terms of product marketing. If I was a business and I was thinking of releasing a product, I would probably show that product to focus groups and opinion journalists in order to see where the areas I can improve on are.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care much about advertisement at this point, just on the fact that most of it does suck.
Yeah, but in other words, I'm attempting to be the research and development freelance research and development opinion columnist here by basically troubleshooting the thing we have so that they can improve on it for the finished product. And one of the things is if you want to do the sleek, more professional, more mature slash whatever version of this, then at least make the acting on par with the original, please. because
I gotta
Power
ask,
Rangers
what
was
Power Rangers did you watch, dude? Because most of it is campy acting.
campy, but it doesn't mean there aren't heartfelt moments and
I said campy. That kind of just infers that it's a little goofy and a little over the top.
right, but like I said, this is campy by Power Ranger standards. That's why it was jarring. It was like, okay, it's like if they cast Tommy Wiseau as a Power Ranger villain. That was the vibe I got when that guy started yelling like that. So just a thing to keep in mind.
That just seems like a real big nitpick. Like it just seems like I don't know. For me, it's fine. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be a little better. So
Right, but if we don't offer constructive criticism, how are they supposed to know where and how to improve? So, constructive criticism.
that's fair. Actually, no, that is fair. I will give you that one.
Yep. Anyway,
Okay. Yeah.
continue.
Give me a sec.
You're not the only one who's lost something. We've all made sacrifices. What do you want?
See, that guy's acting was better, and yeah, I think honestly that it was just the one dude. If this is a thing comprised of a scene from the actual um show that you want to make, redo that take. That take was not doing you any favors. Brainstormer? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Okay,
Motherfucker.
there we go. I can hear
Oh,
you.
I thought. God damn it.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, I was saying that Johnny Young Bosch, the guy right here, went into the voice acting industry immediately. I believe, not immediately after, but after he stopped working on Power Rangers.
Hmm.
So I think he's had years to kind of master his craft. And if you don't know the roles Johnny Young Bosch has voiced, for one thing, he did play, I believe, Adam in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and Zeo and Turbo. But he voiced Vash the Stampede in Trigun. Um, Also Nero in Devil May Cry.
Hmm.
But again, yeah, I have to agree with Don. Weird thing is, I saw this weeks ago and stuff. It's been out for a while. Um, I didn't notice like Jason Frank's kind of the acting thing. To be honest, I thought he was fine. I feel like they could do a better take. To be honest,
Yep.
but question: any criticism on like the costuming or the
Well, this isn't the finished product, so obviously it's going to look kind of cheap.
again, Ban the Sun? They still make good stuff though, even though they're very low budget.
Yeah. But obviously they're gonna attempt to update this, and this is just the sort of concept footage. So I'm less picky about the aesthetics because presumably one of the things they will do with the Kickstarter money is upgrade said aesthetics. But the actors can't really. The actors can do a different take, but they can't really upgrade themselves. So I was slightly more picky about the the actors, especially given the tone they're going for. But anyway, moving
Again,
on.
like I'm not sure if we actually can. Whatever. That's honestly, Don. I thought you'd be more stoked for this.
Well, I like fan stuff when it's good, but fan stuff when it's mediocre to bad can be very frustrating. This is so far in the frustrating category. Doesn't mean it can't move from one category to the other, but for now it's in the frustrating category.
Where's the key?
You heard the legend of the White Dragon?
We finally found something to help us restore balance. The White Dragon Crystal. Your energy. Your blood is the key. Then why'd you attack?
Because we had to make sure you weren't a clone.
Okay, so lore is good. Lore is a very, very good sign. And it even seems like they're trying to kind of in a meta way go, why did we stop using the Zeo Crystal? Which is funny to me. Then again, it might just be any number of other crystal MacGuffins they're parodying.
Yeah, I'm
There's
gonna
a
be
lot
honest.
of
I
those in
really.
Power Rangers.
I think it is, in a way, parodying Power Rangers, but not like homaging and.
Yeah.
So
It's just funny to me that they would set this up given how many of the original actors are all in this and had creative input over it. Like I wonder how many of them are just went, why did we stop using the Zeo Crystal?
Probably none of them.
Well, I mean, the thing about the Power Rangers actors, or at least that original set of Power Rangers actors, is a lot of them are fans of Power Rangers. So, like, they're geeks getting high on their own supply, as it were. So,
Right.
I can't imagine, especially with what's his name that played Tommy and
Jason David Frank.
thank you. I can't imagine, at least with Jason David Frank, who has appeared in probably more Ranger related things than anyone else, that he hasn't at least considered, why did we stop using the Zeo crystals? And if he hasn't, then shame on you, Jason David Frank. But I think you have.
Right. Just for the record. Well, no, we'll cover it after the video, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You're wasting your time. Have nothing left to fight for.
It's what you always say, Tommy, and I didn't believe it then either. Power Rangers joke.
Your daughter. She's alive.
Okay, so they're about to presumably do the
Anything to add?
inspirational montage thing, is what they're going to do.
Nope. Well, no, I've already seen this trailer, so.
Ah.
I guess
Because if this were Power Rangers, your daughter's alive would be cue for inspirational flashback montage of him and his daughter together.
I will give you that. Maybe the vocal acting of J. Stephen Frank is not as good as I thought it was, but I think the physical movement and actions are what he works best with.
He seems that well, it makes sense that he's more prone to physical acting because he's originally a martial artist. So yeah.
Yeah.
But it just seems like it just seems like they caught him on an off day and that he's very tired. Which again, given how long and how much of this guy's career has been vaguely Power Rangers related, I can understand why he would be tired. And he has not aged well in between Dino Thunder and this. It doesn't seem he's looking a little bit like John Wick kind of.
I would say that's kind of good for this interpretation of Power Rangers.
It's probably good because his character's supposed to be all downtrodden and sad and stuff, and I don't know to what extent it's makeup and to what extent it's him, but it's just jarring because Jason David Frank is one of those actors who doesn't really age or hadn't really aged until I saw him in this. So
Okay.
yeah. Moving on.
What your wife would have wanted.
Okay, that was your bad acting moment. Well done.
He has her at his citadel. If you're lying to me, you'll be the first one to come after her. If I'm not, you'll find a reason to fight. Take it.
Okay, so in other words, they're giving him the White Ranger powers again, or a facsimile of the White Ranger powers again.
I think, well, obviously, I think he does start off as, because we see the green on him and stuff, so he starts off as like the Green Ranger or whatever they'll call them in here.
So in other words, this is yet another case of Tommy is the only character in Power Rangers. Oh God, that's funny. Tommy is the Power Ranger Messiah yet again. I'm laughing because this makes me nostalgic. I'm not laughing at it as a convention. It's just funny.
I do have to say that the threat, I don't even know if this is Tommy, to be honest.
Well, it's whatever character Jason David Frank facsimile they're putting in this that is I would bet dollars to donuts that it's going to be some facsimile of Tommy because Jason David Frank is one of those actors who every role he plays has shades of that one role. It's kind of like with John DeLance. Every character he plays is some kind of omnipotent trickster character because he just loves playing omnipotent trickster characters so much.
Mm.
There's a reason why Tommy is the character that comes back the most often. It's because Jason David Frank loves the character and loves Power Rangers, so he constantly finds ways of coming back. He also really enjoys being the Power Rangers equivalent of a Mary Sue sometimes, because he's a little bit egotistical and kind of up himself.
I think some ego's good, not like a whole bunch of it. Obviously, I don't think Jason does.
Well, okay. Did you hear about the story of the like premiere of the 2017 movie?
You got kicked out, right?
He had like a 5-second cameo, and he kept antagonizing the audience because he was in it, and he wanted everyone to see that he was in it. So he ended up getting kicked out.
Okay, so he might have a little bit more of an ego than I thought.
Yeah. I mean, 2+ decades of playing the Power Rangers version of Jesus is probably going to do that to you.
But kind of roping it back to damn it, my mind is blanking here. What was I gonna say? Right. Moving it back to like the acting, I think the threat he gave to Johnny on Bosch, I think, was better than
Mm-hmm.
earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, when they're like being all dramatic and quiet and stuff, it works. But when they do the over the top yelling, it doesn't really work as
does
much.
it ever work?
It does with the right atmosphere. I think what's missing here is A, the right atmosphere, and B, I think they're going just a little they're leaning into it just a little bit too much, to the point it's coming off as like community theater acting.
Don't necessarily diss community theater, dude, because I've seen some good productions from community theater.
I'm not saying that community theater can't be good. I'm just saying the industry standard is a little bit lower than most other things. It's sort of like when they say off Broadway production. You're not enthused with high hopes, even though off Broadway productions have produced things like the Death Note musical, which is awesome.
There's a musical about about Death Note.
There is a Death Note musical, yes, and it's awesome.
If there was a camera pointing at my face right now, I would be looking right into the lens.
Hmm.
You know the whole like fourth wall breaking turn to look at the camera thing. I'd do
Uh-huh.
that. I would do that right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually really good. I'll have to send it to you.
I
It,
still
it's
have
just
to.
a, it's just a concept album though, because they never actually got to produce it in America. They got to produce it in Japan though. They made it in America first, and then Japan was like, "Thank you, we'll translate that, and it will become our version." Yay! Which was
Okay.
kind of inevitably bound to happen, but you know, what I would have at least enjoyed seeing a Broadway production of Death Note. It would
Mhm.
have been cool.
Okay. So we're going to be playing this again. One moment.
White Dragon!
Yep, yet another Tommy is the Mary Sue story. Not not complaining though, because I always love when Tommy shows up. It's funny that knowing what I know about Jason David Frank's ego, it's just funny that he cast himself as the stalwart pure hero yet again.
I don't think he's pure. I think he's um. I think he's kind of like the last. Alright, so hold on. Let me see. What is it about? In the aftermath, the city was left decimated. Past reminder of the great battle and fall of heroes. As a result of the death and destruction, the city became known as Angel Graves. Heroes were blamed, stripped of their titles, and hunted. But as evil run once again threatens to return, they must rise from the ashes with the power of the White Dragon.
Okay, wait. If the city got renamed Angel Graves, are they saying that this is in the Power Rangers universe then?
I have no idea.
Because Angel Grove is the original town for the Power Rangers.
I'm aware of
So
that.
Angel Grove to Angel Graves does make sense is like a naming convention. So the question remains: is this or is this not in the Power Rangers universe?
I don't know. Like, yeah, I got no idea. I mean, again, I'm guessing it's probably going to be an homage just on the fact for legal reasons and purposes. They probably can't say it's Power Rangers.
Right. But then again, they might have worked out some deal with Saban, like they like
Hasbro. It's
uh,
Hasbro now, remember?
the people who did the fan film struck a deal with them as well. So maybe this is a similar situation.
That's sick,
Although
though.
although if this is in the Ranger universe proper or a Ranger universe proper, guys, they saved you from monster otherworldly creatures dozens upon hundreds of times, and they fail once, and it's a big deal. Like, really?
Well, it depends on how that the
Well,
problem is.
I grant that, but it's still like you. It's still sort of like it'd be like if one of the first responders for 9/11 failed to save one guy's kid in a fire or something, or even just another building of people, and it was just like, well, yeah, you saved us, and
Well,
yeah,
okay,
you
for the
helped on
record,
9/11, but that doesn't mean
don't,
you. Yeah,
it does kind of depend by who they're being hunted of, because it could be the bad guys.
yeah, true.
That costume, though, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a really good design. It almost to the point that I wish they would use something similar in the actual Ranger verse if this isn't in the
Also,
universe proper.
also, if you guys want one another thing, go check out there's like a little Power Rangers web series. It's not as good as you would think. I mean, acting's pretty cool and stuff, and it introduces a character that I think should be put into the Ranger verse. Um, Power Rangers Unworthy. It's on YouTube.
Hmm.
Basically, Power Rangers are being hunted and killed by someone called the Arbiter, who's the first Power Ranger.
Hmm.
Like the art, like the force, the will of the morphing grid, and he's basically going around collecting the power coins and various things that make Power Rangers Power Rangers.
So kind of like they did with Volthoom in the Green Lantern comics recently.
Yeah, and he deems them unworthy because of how many times the morphing grid has been abused throughout like Power Ranger history.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He might not have the full context, but just based on that sheer calculation, he's not wrong.
Oh no, he knows like all the things that have happened, like by who has used it and stuff. But I like the idea of the first Ranger because I don't really think that's ever been touched upon in the mythology of Power Rangers.
Well, I always assumed that it was Zordon because that was sort of the whole base premise of Mighty Morphing was Zordon and Rita had been doing this basically forever, and Zordon was some nigh omnipotent cosmic space wizard thing.
Right. Again, if you want, there's also another Power Rangers fan film. It's I don't know if you'd like it, Dawn, but it's a prequel that tells the story of Zordon, kinda like a fan interpretation of it.
Interesting.
Zordon of Eltar, I believe it's called.
Yeah, because he's an Altarian. That was the name of his people.
hmm Um, but yeah, there's more on like yesterday someone on like Bad in the Sun posted like these kind of storyboard backstories for for some of the main characters of the White Dragon. So I think it gives better context for the characters that we've seen in like that trailer.
Hmm.
I mean, we still got some time if you want to check it out.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Let's share. White Dragon backstory support Kickstarter. Yeah, if you guys do want to see them make Legend of the White Dragon, they have 6 days left. They need I believe $500,000. So go check out their Kickstarter. Actually, I might just. I think I got the link already copied. So.
Hmm.
Nope, no, I do not. So. But yeah. Okay. Pasting. Oh, God damn it. Well, apparently I cannot post it into the chat. So
Just add it to the video description when we're done.
yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so yeah, so White Dragon backstory. 1 second. Nothing or
Not really. There wasn't really much. I mean, there was some kind of meteor or explosion or something, and
no, that
no
was
idea.
I believe that was Jason David Frank's character crashing.
Okay.
Jason David Frank's character, who I'm pretty sure with Dawn is that it's resembling Tommy Oliver, but maybe more of a tougher, cynical Tommy Oliver.
I think downtrodden's the right word. I think this version has lost a lot of things.
I think that was his wife. He was holding in his arms.
Yeah.
With the design of the costumes, like for the Ranger uniforms, I mean, it looks cool, to be honest.
Yep.
I like the art.
Yeah,
Why can't we have
I
more artists like
wonder
this in Marvel? You know,
because Marvel is infested with a bunch of anti-meritocratic fuckwits
I feel like every
who
time
don't.
we bring up the fact that there are so many good artists, yet Marvel and DC don't use any of them, we have to make that a drinking game.
Will be dead in one sitting because yeah, that point needs to be brought up a lot.
True, true. But
When something is irredeemably broken, it needs to be called out for being broken, especially when there is an entire ideology of people pig-headedly insisting that it's not broken, even though they're the ones breaking it.
anything to add to this backstory?
I mean, it's a standard like tragic hero backstory.
So tragic hero, is that like, I know that's an archetype, like it's the hero that dies in the end, right?
Well, a tragic hero in like Shakespearean terms is one that like loses. But what I was referring to is a character who um becomes disillusioned by like loss and suffering.
Okay.
The fallen noble hero, I think, is what the actual like terminology for it is called.
Okay.
And yes, he is wearing green, which I find absolutely hilarious. If there's a sequel to this and he transitions to red, I'm going to laugh hysterically.
I'm guessing still nothing to add because not much given in like the.
Yep, montage. It's just a random montage. It's not really much.
I wouldn't say it's random montage. Um, Actually, that's an interesting question. How would you define a montage, Mark? Dalton?
Um, well, to be fair, according to the filmmaker, I forget his first name, but his last name was Eisenstein, who pioneered the shot reverse shot montage. Basically, any two shots put together are a montage. But in modern parlance, it typically means a series of like quick vignettes spliced together for the purpose of like atmosphere or expediency.
Hmm.
That's why I think this is kind of a montage, because what I suspect is going to happen is we're going to go through all the characters' backstories in this kind of stylized format, and then we're going to cut back to something else character related. Anyway, let's see if that prediction holds up.
Let me guess. You feel nothing.
So far, my montage prediction is holding up because I imagine we're going to cut to a different character and their tragic backstory next.
Oh, I just gotta ask with that backstory, like Johnny Young Bosch's character.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I mean it's fine. I don't really feel anything because it's
You are
just a
very,
little snippet.
dude. You are so cold. Like I know we're
I
friends.
never claimed to be anything else.
You tell me, you kind of terrify me sometimes with how unemotional you can be, man.
Well, good. That means you're paying attention.
Also, it appears we have a 12-second delay, I believe.
It fluctuates from like 9 to 12.
That would explain it. Okay.
Yeah. But given that this is free and given that it's the beta test version, that's actually not terrible.
Yeah.
Especially given that this company doesn't have the resources of YouTube and Google to play around with.
Right. Well, I just okay. So for Johnny, one thing I do like the voice acting, obviously, because Johnny Young Bosch has been more of a voice actor for the last, I believe, a little over 20, 30 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Like he knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it does give the backstory of like that scar we saw in the trailer of his character. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, but that is a dead baby in his hands.
Yep. So my guess is the next character is going to be holding something else. The Jason David Frank insert was holding his wife. This guy's holding his child, so presumably.
You know what's also funny? It's something I didn't notice until like rewatching it now. But
Mm-hmm.
apparently, Johnny Young Bosch's character, who I believe is Asian, probably Asian, actually
Yeah.
Asian.
Yeah.
I believe his wife and kids. Well, his wife is black, and his kids are, you know, I didn't notice that just because I was kind of more emotionally invested in the loss of this character.
Hmm.
It's just the point of being like, it's always brought up about that thing, like with the diversity thing and all.
Well, but to be fair, the original Power Rangers, though, like,
Well, yeah, they were actually very diverse for the
yeah,
time.
this is not this is not a unfamiliar concept of Power Rangers, and they actually did it right, where the diversity, quote unquote, was incidental.
Well,
We don't need to,
There was also diversity of personality.
yeah, we also don't need to bring up the Yellow Ranger being Asian and the Black Ranger being black and the Native American Ranger being red.
Wait, there was a Native
we
American Ranger.
Yeah, Jason David Frank is like
Dude,
1/3 Native American, actually, I think.
you said Jason David Frank. I think you just mean Jason.
No, I because Tommy wasn't red until Turbo. And people kind of lost their shit over it because he has Native American ancestry.
But the Red's the leader. Shouldn't it be good that he was made Red Ranger?
Right, but are you unfamiliar with the racial connotation of the term red?
Dude, I had a high school. There was a high school near me that had the Redskins,
Yeah. So
but had to change it because it was offensive.
yeah, air quotes. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, there was some awkward trepidation, or at least there has been in the meantime, that the Yellow Ranger was Asian and the Black Ranger was black, and the And the Red Ranger for Turbo was apparently like a third Native American or something.
Okay.
So, possible accidental racial color coding aside, Power Rangers was diverse.
Yeah, well, no, I just wanted to bring up the fact that everyone, like the whole thing with just the social justice warriors. Like, if they were just like the standard white people and all, like, they'd be throwing a hissy fit,
So much
right? But I feel like this would probably be done well, is what I'm saying. Like the kind of relationship that would probably be built up with Johnny and Bush's character and his former family.
I hope what holds true in this is what holds true in Power Rangers, which is the identities and demographics of the characters are incidental to the actual plot.
Yeah.
So much so that in alternate versions, like the movie, you can switch out the ethnicity for the character and it doesn't change the character. Or it doesn't invalidate the character.
Oh, okay. Now I think
Because Billy was the Blue Ranger still, but he's black now.
Okay.
Okay.
I never, whatever. But okay. So the thing the kid with his, the dead baby was covered in, I believe it's called a swath or something, some type of blanket,
Swaddle.
swaddle. Yeah, like that child is covered in that. Check out what Johnny Young Bush's character is wearing around his chest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good little one thing. That's a good piece of world building there and like character detail.
Costuming for the win. Yay.
Yeah. Oh, I did a little drink. Drink because I did a little thing about the movie thing.
Film school shenanigans there.
Again, don't go. Probably don't go to film school, kids, because well, you'll bleed your money out like college.
Or if you do go, do it online.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the red petals or leaves falling is such a dramatic / romantic cliche. It's adorable.
I like that too. I believe this actress who's I guess playing the Yellow Ranger or whatever they're gonna call. They really need to clarify, because I think I said it once or twice, maybe even on stream or before a stream, is that I'm working on my little own homage to Power Rangers, as a comic.
Yeah.
But I am kind of making it kind of completely different, kind of. Still have the colors and stuff. It's more of a space epic than kind of standard superhero thing.
So basically, what if Power Rangers in Space and Galaxy became the standard of the franchise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also add in a little bit of Green Lantern and maybe a little bit of Star Trek.
Noted.
Yeah. But I call them the Honor Guard. Well, Universal Honor Guard.
Anyway,
But,
moving on.
But no, I just wanted to say that I think this actress, she is the actress who was in one of the worst seasons of Power Rangers, which was Megaforce and Super Megaforce.
Yeah. Ouch. Yeah.
I feel bad though because I
Mega
think she's actually a pretty good actress.
Megaforce was mega forced.
Yeah, what the fuck were they thinking with that?
They were thinking it's an anniversary season and we don't have any other ideas, so just throw everything at the wall and hope something sticks.
Yeah, again, which is weird because they used the anniversary season of Super Sentai, which was actually the great.
You cut out there again, dude.
Sorry, am I? You hear me now or?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what I said was that they used the same season of Super Sentai that was the anniversary of Super Sentai, and that was really good. I believe is considered one of the best seasons of
Yeah.
Super Sentai.
The thing is they always use the equivalent Sentai footage, but they don't always tie it together as well.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for them to do a pirate themed Ranger season because of the pirate themed outfits for.
They did, but it was Super Mega Force.
Yeah, I know. Why was none of that like nautically themed or anything? It was just like, yeah, there's a lot of pirate signifiers in our weapons and our costumes and stuff, but
Well,
it's a pirate themed season.
the thing is though is that the season I believe is called Gokaiger, is that they had to collect the keys of Super Sentai uh, Rangers
Mm-hmm.
so they could transform. That's why Super Mega Force had those people who transformed. Um,
Yep.
so honestly, I don't know why they didn't do a pirate thing because that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Like like Waterworld, but with Power Rangers.
Power Rangers Yo Ho.
No, just no. I mean, that could probably be the morphing call, but it'd have to be Power Rangers Buccaneers. Something like that. For a story thing, you can make them actual pirates at the beginning, and then throughout the season, they become the real Power Rangers.
No, I wouldn't make them real pirates. I would just say that the powers are pirate themed in the same way that Ninja Storm was ninja themed and so
Oh no,
on.
no, no. But my thing is it could be like not like, but like kind of have them play more of a morally gray kind of heroes than just like the standard good versus evil thing.
Yeah, but that would kind of upend Power Rangers as because Power Rangers is very much the standard good versus evil thing. And I think meddling with that too much, aside from like the one-off evil ranger turns good arc, would be a bad thing.
I don't know. I think you can make it work.
Yeah, but okay. You think in the current environment where they take every excuse for deconstruction to ruin everything, that subverting the good versus evil thing would be a good idea in this case?
Okay, you had a point there, but I'm saying like if we were in a different era where we didn't have to worry about that stupid shit.
Yeah, no, in concept it works. I'm just sitting here thinking if you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. And trying to deconstruct the good versus evil dynamic of Power Rangers would be giving them way too much rope. And instead of hanging themselves with it, they would probably hang us and themselves at the same time.
No, but I like the idea of them like being kind of technically the bad guys in the beginning, and then by the end they are the actual Power Rangers. Like the whole theme of the season could be redemption or something.
Hmm.
Because I don't think they've actually touched on that theme.
So sort of like an entire team of Thunder Rangers from Ninja Storm?
Kinda. Could be that they stole the Power Rangers' powers.
Or it could be that they were manipulated somehow. Kind of like they did with Ninja Storm.
Either way, it's a cool concept.
Yep.
All right.
Anyway, click.
So that whole holding things in their arms thing, I don't think really works anymore. Don't.
True, but it's still the like archetypical shot of like a still.
Well, I just remember you posing the theory that every character would have this tragic backstory.
Well, I didn't know how cliched they were going to be, but it's still the this is my moment of like character defining loss and badassery and stuff.
Again, really good art, even if it's like just really rough, like storyboarding.
Yep. You would not see this in a actual studio in most TV shows or movies today, and that is sad.
Okay, someone take a drink because we said the thing like artists on the internet are a lot better than actual professional artists in most industries these days.
Almost like holding things to standards and actually giving a shit about the art you're making is a good thing or something.
You know what's funny? I think a lot of like really good artists I've seen like online, like from like from either Thailand or like Korea or just Asia in general, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of Western artists, which is a shame.
Well, because we got infested with the virus and they didn't, so they are roughly where they would have been, or they are roughly where we would have been now if we didn't get the fucking feminism and social justice and postmodernism virus everywhere.
Right. But to be fair, they have communists and tyrants.
This is true, but at least said communists and tyrants have fucked off out of the art world for the last few years. Well, not entirely. I mean, there are still things you can't do and things you can't print, but like at least they're not actively seeking to deconstruct the standards of merit. They still want their culture to be seen as the best culture, and therefore are allowing artists to be good at art
Right.
instead of shaming and defenestrating any artistic standards.
Okay. So probably after the last person, which I believe is the guy who played Time Force Red. I actually really like Time Force. Like, it was a really fun season.
Time Force is cool, but it's very 90s edgy.
To be fair, I liked Eric a lot, just on the fact that he went through that very meaningful character arc of not how to be a jackass.
Mm-hmm. Ransik was a cool villain as well.
Yeah. Also, the robot, I can't remember his name, and I feel bad that I didn't. Was a very interesting villain as well. Like he had a sense of tragedy to himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, like the second hand too.
Yeah, I know who you mean, but I can't think of his name either.
Yeah. Shame though, because really cool villain. Okay.
are you? You copy. Come in. Sir, we gotta move out. Damn it. Everyone fall back to the rendezvous point. We gotta buy him some time.
Feel like it's the most cut and dry of them.
Yeah.
Art's good.
This guy strikes me as the rogue asshole character. There's going to be one.
I think it depends on how they treat him. Like, if they just keep him that way or they develop him.
Yeah, but to make a Ninja Turtles reference, this guy strikes me as the Raph of the set.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like that's at least the starting point they appear to be setting up.
Or what? You know, I think I hate you. Yeah, I hate you. Roger that.
So yeah, he probably is the kind of asshole character. Though I think he is kind of more the soldier type.
Mm-hmm. I'm more curious about who the villain is now.
I wonder if they're gonna bring the guy. I wonder if the guy who played Lord Zed is still alive. Maybe they'll bring him in.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Although they've got actors from all the different Ranger teams, so it'd be interesting to see which person they decide to parody if this is going to be an homage.
Yeah. I would bring in. If anything, I would bring in Frank Welker.
That would be an interesting, definitely be an interesting villain. Who / what would you have him play?
Well, okay, so those who don't know who Frank Welker is, he's played Megatron for since ever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, honestly, I think he'd have to play a kind of the puppet master type of villain.
Yep.
Guy who's always in control. Probably the main villain, if anything.
Yep.
Did he voice Lord Zed?
Frank Welker? I don't know. I've never. I think that'd have to be a thing to look that up, because I don't know who voiced Lord Zed in Ranger. The voice is very similar, so it probably could be, but
Edwin Neal.
Hmm?
It's Edward Neal who
and is he still alive?
I believe so.
Yeah, then why not
No wait. Robert Axelrod. I believe that's weird. It's
what's weird?
I don't know. It's showing a couple of different
Well,
people.
I'm sure they've changed the voice
Right.
actor.
I could be that he was the body actor for Lord Zed as well.
Yep.
Funny thing, he played the hitchhiker in Texas Chainsaw Massacre too.
Hmm.
So that's
Lord
cool.
Zed versus Leatherface.
Who?
Leatherface, the guy, the killer from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Don, you're gonna have to move closer to your mic, man. I can't. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Leatherface, the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, I don't think it was him.
No. What I'm saying is, I said Lord Zed versus Leatherface. That's an interesting crossover.
Oh, it is. Okay, so I think we've pretty well established that this works.
It'll be interesting to see what becomes of it when it's done.
Yeah. So far, it's working. And we spent a mere hour and a half talking, so it can handle it. So that's good. So tonight we will be doing Podcast of the Storm number 23.
Yep.
And we will see you all there. Hopefully, Corrupt will be able to join us.
Yep.
And see you there, folks.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, and by the way, remember, please, uh, please support Bat in the Sun. Go to their channel, subscribe, and if you want to support Legend of the White Dragon and see it become reality, go to the Kickstarter and donate.
Mm-hmm.
And also just check out Power Ranger stuff on YouTube in general. Well, support Power Rangers in general.
Yep.
All right. So we will see you all tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Cheers, guys.
Don't be late. Talking to you, Eric.
He will be late.
Peace.